bitter.
Stern.
So someone switched out the pot for decaf. That doesn't matter. I want to find out if you're the real deal, right here, right now.
Trial.
The prosecution's as real as it's ever been. Now why don't we get to work? I'd like to call a witness. Yeah, but sadly the chef and the other customer have testified otherwise. Haven't they?
That's correct.
Question?
See for yourself.
There is clearly a coffee stain on the rim.
That's a steaming cup of proof right there. He drank the coffee the defendant brought him. Like so.
Okay, maybe, but she had no motive.
500,000 bucks beg to differ.
I didn't take that, I swear!
Detective, where was this lottery ticket recovered?
On the defendant.
Why don't we wrap this up with our final sip of evidence? Take a look.
Did he say sip?
This is the apron the accused was wearing at the time of the murder.
Yikes, that'll never come out.
The bottle of poison was found in this pocket. That right, Detective?
Yeah, and Maggie's, the defendant's prints were the only ones on it.
Wait, that's it? You're not gonna mention the huge red stain?
What stain?
It could be blood, but there's a lot there.
No one told me!
Can you see anything out of that visor?
It's not blood. It's just ketchup.
Refrain from scaring us, defense.
Pull a stunt like that again and you'll be drinking your joke through a straw.
Right, I'm sorry. We spoke to Trebian's chef, Armstrong. I believe this is an important piece of—
Objection! We've already investigated that. Yes, there was a prescription bag at the scene, but it was empty.
You already looked? The victim was poisoned to death. There's a chance the missing medicine was laced with poison. Investigating this should be our top priority.
No complaints here. Let's investigate now. Read the bottom line.
Otolaryngological?
Glenn L. got into a fight with a coworker the day before the murder. During the altercation, he suffered a blow to the side of the head and ruptured his left eardrum. His prescription is applied topically to the inner ear. Not something to be ingested.
What? You're kidding me!
That settles it. You're obviously fake after all.
This is not
Your Honor, I've arranged a witness to the crime.
No objections from the prosecution. Victor, will you tell the court what you saw? We're eager to know. I believe the witness also remembers the victim well, no? That's correct. It's a small computer monitor used by programmers, aptly called a monocle. Mr. Godot had stated that he'd seen the victim pick up his coffee using his left hand. But upon examining the mark on the rim of the cup, it clearly shows that he drank his jitter juice with his right hand. Seems like we've got ourselves a steaming cup of contradictions to digest. Cheers.
Very well.
Ooh la la! C'est magnifique! Oh.
Not my cup of joe.
More than an elaborate fake!
You think it was staged? How so?
We didn't know about the victim's ruptured eardrum.
Objection! If you're truly serious about that theory, let me ask you something. When the fake was putting on the act for the old man, tell me, where was the real Glenn Elk?
By then, he'd already been poisoned.
But that would have left behind a corpse. Surely they wouldn't have left his body lying around the bistro.
The only witness was gone for 10 minutes, which the killer put to good use.
In that time, he took the body back to the table and put the bottle of poison in the pocket of the defendant, who was still unconscious on the floor. Right.
Tasty!
I think scumbags who perjure themselves in court should have their mouths rinsed out with a piping hot pot of coffee. No cream or sugar. I figured this would happen, so I called this wild tiger in to testify. He's here right now.
Up. Was it you, Red Eye?
You know that you don't have to yell like that.
Yeah?
But we should expect a tiger to growl, especially when he's been trapped in a legal cage. Let's start with the basics, shall we? Tell us everything you know about the incident in question.
Ha! I don't know nothing, Cyclops.
I'll ask you this. Were you a spectator at Maggie Bird's murder trial a month ago?
My time's too valuable to waste it in some courtroom bull.
This calls for another steaming cup of liquid gold.
No, it doesn't say kill him.
Have you already forgotten the old man's testimony? He stated that the victim was all alone at his table. And your theory is the second one was just a little performance so they could frame the lady? Now that's a hot take.
Yes.
for contempt!
You'd better stop with all the banging before you get thrown out with him. That was when our feline friend over here pretended to be the victim, right? But somebody had to play the role of the waitress serving up his final cup of the good stuff.
Murder together.
Objection! Shouldn't jump to conclusions, you know? It's not a good look for anybody.
What the heck?
Even if he killed Elg and took his lottery ticket, that's half the money he owed the Cadaverinis. He'd still be deep in the hole for the rest of it.
But it wasn't the money he was after.
Oh, yeah? I'd say the defense just got decaffeinated.
What'll you do?
So that's the game you're playing, huh?
What's the deal? Don't let this clown pull a fast one on you. Tell him they got nothing on me, coffee boy.
I'm guessing you still don't realize what you just said. Rewind your brain a second, think about it. So what you're actually admitting to, Tiger, is that you impersonated Mr. Trite in the previous murder trial.